any dummy is gonna look at this draft and think, okay, well, you pick this Void Spirit, you give 8th pick, it's gonna be Monkey King coming out. Everybody knows that. But you have the old switcheroo from Jubei. And I think that's why Black and Yellow falls for this obvious draft trap of getting this Void Spirit against the Monkey King, because they're so confident having this Mirana Void Spirit combo in their 4-5 position. Anyway, back to you, Sunsfat.
Jenkins, I would like you to please keep speaking. Please continue.
Dakota, could you send me the email for BTS HR real quick? Go ahead and jenkins.gmail.com.
What's the complaint exactly? What's the title of that?
Is there a way to mute his mic?
10 seconds remaining.
So, gentlemen, putting all that aside here, just a brief moment, I did receive word, and as we know, Black and Yellow have been pretty flippity-floppity, if you will, about their captain and drafter. Today it is Zero, back in the captain drafting seat. I know they've dabbled a bit with Jubei there, and he even was laughing a bit about how their team has been kind of all over the place with their leadership. So
yeah, in the interview he confirmed he didn't want to captain, but he just did it because Zero was bad. They all decided Zero was bad. Zero accidentally captained them to a win against Quincy Cruz, so they just let him keep captaining. And Jubei hates his fans. That's what we got out of that interview, basically.
Yep, that's what we learned. That's what we learned.
God, classic Jubei. Classic Jubei.
All right, Jug comes out now. You know, still a bit up in the air.
Yeah, the Void Spirit, exactly. I mean, it's much more straightforward from the A team. Obviously, Monkey King we've seen be a bit of a flex, but you know it's either a 1 or a 2 coming out here now, depending on the matchup. It's funny that we don't see Lion in any. I feel like the upper echelon teams, let's say the top 3, they don't pick Lion ever, but we see it consistently, semi-consistently in the lower portion. Is it because Lion sucks? Probably. It probably does mean that. Of course, it does give you that instant hex ability, which, if you get that blink, can be really good against the Jug. No way to get out of that.
You got Maldict, you know, finger on top of Maldict should help secure a lot of kills there too.
Yeah, strong support duo. Like I think we saw in the last game, the Witch Doctor roaming with 2 heroes. Like having your Lion and Witch Doctor able to roam together and just let all the cores farm is actually pretty powerful. Like any setup stun with Witch Doctor is really nice, especially if it's AoE.
All right, so they, A-team, are privy to Black and Yellow's potential to do the Void Spirit as a position 5, banning out the Storm Spirit now. You know, there's Ryoya has other formidable pickups he could definitely try out in the mid lane. Not just the Void Spirit here. But, you know...
Odie's out as well from earlier. Not sure how... Like, we talked about the nerfs to OD. I'm not sure if that even changes his position. If he still can just be played in every single position. The nerfs just didn't seem very strong to me.
Yeah, they're not super significant, I think.
This is mostly respect against Ryoya.
Dang. The Coddle was actually completely ignored. That feels incredibly rare. And it's a Monkey King game, and they didn't ban the Coddle. So, I mean, I guess...
a pain ban.
I guess they're committed to the Void, that's why.
This Quap seems fairly targeted. Like, what are you going to pick mid that you really are afraid of, you know, Queen of Pain? Maybe it is a Void Spirit mid, but...
Why don't they just let the Void mid and get the Coddle, right?
You could, yeah. I mean, you do get the Coddle, and I mean, it's Jubei Coddle, so this is one of the teams that plays extremely well around the Coddle hero. Jubei, I've played against this guy and played with him in pubs when he's on the Coddle, and it's... Like, he just doesn't feel bad about relocating people constantly across the map. He's totally fine controlling the entire game. They banned the Bat Rider. I think that's a really good ban. The last pick mid-bat, just to destroy the Monkey King's game, would actually be really good here.
All right. It's on Black and Yellow, though. They have the pick, so they're potentially picking their mid laner into the unknown mid lane matchup.
SF, I mean, there's not much left for Ryoya if he's not playing Void Spirit right now.
Viper's gone, gentlemen. We won't see that matchup.
Oh, thank God. Enigma. Okay, so they just go for the 5 Enigma, and they're going to run DP or Void mid.
Spirit?
So kind of surprised they chose the black hole over the white hole, but it also removes the trees. Great team fight, of course. Can't hate on Enigma.
Yeah, they have 2 really big, 2 long cooldown spells now, though, so you can definitely play around that
5 seconds remaining.
with only 1 so far for Tide.
So now we ideally some mid or carry that would deal with the hole in the team fight. I think Wraith King would be. Oh, but Wraith King is banned. Okay, GG. Medusa is banned as well. There's
Yep,
not
I love
much
Wraith King.
left.
Please, yeah, good Wraith King. Yeah.
Weaver, Morphling.
Troll is
Morphling
one
banned.
of the Troll is one of the only carries that's left. It's still
Yeah.
decent, but it sucks
It's not
against
that
the
good.
black hole. Yeah, it's tough. God. So I imagine they'd be more likely to pick a mid just because I think the Monkey King, like assuming the Void Spirit's going to go mid is just wrong. I think it's very likely black and yellow will choose based on this last pick who goes mid between the Void and the Death Prophet. So I think you could just throw the Monkey safe lane, and then there's more mids that counter the hole. Just kidding.
Wow, that's a lot
Yay.
of physical damage.
Okay.
A lot
Yeah.
of physical damage.
Yeah, and
Holy
remember when
crap.
Aoi was saying how it's good to have a bit of a mix so your opponent has to prep for both? Does that play into this at all? The A team are putting all of their eggs into the physical basket, picking up that one. So now that we see our 10 picks, though, gentlemen, give me your predictions. Black and yellow or A team for our first best of
I
one.
mean, that is a lot of minus armor as well between PA and Tidehunter. Ooh, gosh. I'm going to have to go black and yellow. Just kind of piggybacking off of this major team fight type strat they have going here. And you just buy a bunch of armor items to try to mitigate some of that minus armor.
So PA is a 44% win rate hero in 7K plus pubs. They don't have a draft around it with some Invoker or Alacrity. I think this hero is just bad, and I think this draft is really greedy from A team, and I think black and yellow is going to punish them for it. So I'm going to go black and yellow.
All right, straight to it. That's our panel. Let's get into a break, but when we come back, we got to throw it over to our commentator duo. We got Lyrical and GoDz to bring you the coverage.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here taking a look at our second round of 3-team tiebreakers. GoDz. We've already figured out who's going to Major. Now we're figuring out who's going to Division 2. A slightly less beneficial prize. I guess it's not really a prize. It's the punishment. But
Exciting
how you feeling
for all
about
the
this?
wrong reasons. It's feeling good. I think we're in a totally different style of Dota, which is, we got to see the upper echelon of NA Dota, and this is not the bottom of NA Dota. This is obviously some of the teams towards the bottom of the upper division, but these teams have shown a lot of improvement. They've shown some high quality games. I think for the most part, most of them have just lacked consistency. So hoping we're in for some crazy chaotic games here, because I think that's what these teams have often delivered, especially A team. The last time these two teams met, there was this crazy, I think, 70-minute comeback game where Zabo played on Earthshaker. I think we were casting it. That was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that was one of the wildest ones we've had. Don't worry, by the way, everybody, we're getting into a pause and we're going to get ready in just a moment here to get started. But yeah, that was one of those things that just felt like it was actually black and yellow winning the majority of that game, and then A team were able to just like dig deep, pull something out of nowhere, and then manage a win in that one. I think that, probably black and yellow, they've been looking better since that match. And I can sort of relate to A team feeling a bit frustrated that they have to play this tiebreaker against black and yellow, but that's the way that the DPC works. You gotta be able to win throughout the course of a season, and then also when it matters most here at the end.
Yeah, in some ways it was like they got this crazy upset, but here they're gonna go. This is the classic A team 5-man smoke level 1, and they're gonna run into a trap.
Oh man, spin right at the start, throws out the stun to make sure the rest of his team can get out of there. Arrow going out, old Yoda not able to sidestep that one, and he also is gonna get picked. So 2 quick kills going the way of black and yellow.
I think, week 1, week 2, this was a great move. Now teams are ready for this. It's becoming maybe a bit too predictable. I don't mind it, but I don't think you can run blindly uphill. They have to maybe change up their routes when they do that play, because A team have just done that one too many times.
Right. Well, and if you tend to want to do something that feels like it's gotten you success before, but that's the type of thing when it's just one game, when it just comes down to this one situation, teams are going to be prepped for you much more so than they would have otherwise when you're playing throughout the course of a season and you don't have quite as much time to focus in on the one matchup that you've got. But we'll see how it goes.
And I think that's what's tough for A team and why they're bummed out that they have to play these tiebreakers after beating black and yellow. That was a big upset. I think A team are probably the team you know, they're the underdogs, I think, between these three teams, the team most likely to drop down. So they're going to have to show up and either come up with something crazy in terms of draft or play to get another upset because they are the underdogs.
Absolutely. And that's going to be something interesting to watch. And of course, we could have the whole round of tiebreakers to make it go again. I will say that one of the things that I've sort of... I don't know if this is fully right or not, but it's often felt to me like the problems that have existed for these teams are really different. Like, you know, the problem I think with A team is one, lack of experience, but also to some extent just like lack of experience playing at a high level. So they don't have that like consistent thing. But that's really different than the problems that Sad Boys is facing, and also that Black and Yellow are facing. I really like this Black and Yellow team to come out of all of it. I think this team looks really, really strong.
Yeah, I think they're a team with a very high ceiling, and if they do stay in the upper division, they took a game of Quincy Crew. I don't think, you know, it never felt like Sad Boys or A-Team stood a single chance against Quincy Crew, and Black and Yellow look very competitive when playing them, so I'd love to see, you know, Black and Yellow have another shot that next season, but they've got to get there first.
Absolutely. Well, taking a look at this mid matchup a little bit, this is, of course, one of the star players for Black and Yellow. Ryoya playing on the Death Prophet, played for a bunch of Tier 1 teams, facing off against Prince, who's definitely shown himself to be a talented mid at multiple points. We're probably going to see that Monkey King get pretty active early, as down bottom, able to sidestep the Jubei Remnant drop down.
Yeah, and it is going to be Jubei on the Void Spirit. When the Enigma came out, you know, similar to the panel, I thought we're going to be seeing a 5-position Enigma, but they're putting the Enigma in a core role. They want to deny the PA's farm more so than they want to secure the safe lane and deny the offlaner farm. Because, you know, this is not the easiest matchup against the PA. PA can easily get on top of the Eidolons, farm them, can get on top of Enigma, but it's a great Enigma game. This hero is amazing against Hyde as well as Monkey King. It's totally decent against PA as well. There's nothing to deal with the BKB Black Hole, so this is a very good core Enigma game.
Yeah, very, very nice stuff for sure. Hypothetically later on, I think that I guess the biggest thing that I want to see out of this also is like if they're able to maybe find an early kill onto Zero, or probably not Flea because Mirana's like so mobile, but I think that there's a way that Enigma can be a little bit susceptible to early kills if they can get some extra rotations in.
It's a very greedy pick. They're going to need their Ryoya Death Prophet mid to be the more active one, creating space and room for the Juggernaut.
Definitely.
So far, these lanes going slightly better for A-Team, it looks like, in terms of the CS, but it is still Black and Yellow. Slight gold lead. They've got the Enigma, 10 denies, as you know, generally see with all the Eidolons, so no one having a massive advantage coming out of the laning stage.
Right. And of course, the big question is going to be who is it that's able to get these runes in the mid lane? That's something to watch for, definitely, but also those early rotations. I'm not sure exactly what is going to be like the best hero. Void Spirit feels like a weird one to me, where like hypothetically he might be able to rotate and do something because he's got like a really cool toolkit, but at the same time he's a 5 and yeah, it feels weird.
I think the 5 Void Spirit often needs a teammate to set up the Aether Remnant because you get such a late Yule Scepter.
Right.
So he's going to want to play around some of his teammates. Probably Pierre taking a lot of damage. Should be fine. Yeah. Blinks out. Leap in from Flea with a surprise Starstorm. He's going all in.
Oh, well played. We're looking at mid where Ryoya almost killed off the Prince as well.
Ooh, that was a really sick play from Flea. I don't think PA expected the early point in Starstorm, maybe. Flea just committed all 3 leap charges to get that kill.
That's down bottom. They're trying to bring down the Bloody Sky. Needs a crit here from Yemsun. Doesn't manage to get in range quickly enough to hit it. They're going to salve up afterwards. So a lot of aggression going on, as we've come to expect, both from A-Team and Black and Yellow at various points.
A-Team doing a good job just killing Eidolons every time Zero's summoning them. They've got Cask as well as the Dagger plus Phantom Strike. You know, this is a game where Enigma's going to be feeding quite a few Eidolons. But very back and forth laning stage. Even though it's 3 kills to nothing on the Black and Yellow side, A-Team have that slight edge as far as the CS and lanes go.
That's right. It'll be something to watch for, definitely. As, again, stacks going on by Black and Yellow. You can see Flea here going for the double in that Radiant Triangle. And, I mean, the thing is, they do have this Tidehunter, which might be able to move in and try and sneak those ones away, as the stun off the mark there by Zebo. So that's going to be something to watch for. Is like, can Black and Yellow actually get away with clearing these stacks? Is Ryoya
mid
going on to Prince? Pops Exorcism. He's been putting a ton of pressure
His
here
siege
onto this Monkey
wagon's
King.
coming. They need Marana here. Oh, sorry, Marana's on the black and yellow side. They have nothing to deal with this siege wagon. This could just be an early tier 1 tower. Exorcism still has a good 10 seconds left on it.
Yeah, this is deadly. Jubei doing that resonant pulse to soak up some of the damage. And with the creep still there, meanwhile the turn, old Yoda shows up. They just bring numbers. They don't have a Marana, but they do have a hell of a lot of heroes. As Jubei is going to get chased down, it's going to be enough damage with that Maledict tick, as Zero finds the kill on Rises up top. It wasn't even Black Hole used. So when multiple heroes rotate, they can find a punish.
2 points in the Malefice. A lot easier to set the arrow with the second point there, and Flea, you know, we didn't really talk about this too much, but this is his best hero. This is what he's most well known for when it comes to just pubs and even professional Dota. His Marana is feared.
For good reason, absolutely. So again, Exorcism down as Prince trying to play aggressive in the face of Ryoya with this haste rune. Gets up that third stack of Jingu. There is Jubei nearby with Zabel also looking for a jump here. Yeah, there's no way. Ryoya's playing too safe.
Prince just uses it for some regen. But bit of an unconventional build from the Marana too. Going for a Wraith Band early on, just getting that extra right click there. I think he did that with the first blood money that he got because Flea accidentally took first blood. He's got double Wraith Band Marana. This is looking like a mid Marana build. This is, you know, definitely, I mean, I trust Flea more than anyone to know how to play this Marana, so he feels like with the start he got, he could just dominate this lane, and we've seen him get multiple kills by having this Wraith Band damage.
Yeah, this is really good stuff for him again, and you can see goes back on the mark, tries to get another round of stacks. Didn't get the Ancients that time, but did get the hard camp. Is down bottom. Bloody Sky, not gonna be able to do anything to him. I thought there might have been a chance to go there with level 6 on Jug, but he's not quite there yet.
Yeah, they don't have the best heroes to farm the stacks. It's top lane. Aggression now.
Black Hole onto 2. Catches them both and gonna kill off Rises. But Zero might have been a little bit too far as Prince moves into position. They're gonna try and chase down this Enigma. No mana for TP. He's mega dead.
Ah, that's totally fine. That's 4 heroes top, one of whom the PA you killed. So as soon as that happens, Ryoya, mid lane, tier 1 tower, going to be claimed. This guy does get the denial.
He's still taking a lot of damage. Yeah, Ryoya's not giving up. Oh,
and he knows there's no TPs. They are all TP top, so he's totally safe to dive. Gets a tier 1 tower, gets a kill, even with the deny. Totally worth it. Black and yellow make a really good play.
So a 2,000 gold lead for them now at just about this 8-minute mark, and no towers taken, not even really that much damage dealt onto the tier 1s across the board as Yoda getting chased down. Flea with a double Wraith Band. Man, it is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Just not feeling the Urn build. I don't think anyone else is getting Urn charges. Maybe Void Spirit's going to go Urn this game. He has this Sage's Mask, but just opting for this very aggressive right-click kind of build.
Very interesting. Well, at the 8.5-minute mark right now, we're taking a look at all 3 top net worths being held by the Radiant across the board for those cores, and more importantly, it's that Marana that's almost caught up to the Tidehunter even. He is really farmed.
He's playing so aggressive behind this tier 2 top. We'll get rotated on. They're done with this Marana. They're like, you're just so goddamn annoying. Have they got detection? I don't see a single Sentry or Dust, and he's just going to Moonlight Shadow out of there. Flea is creating all the space in the world, and now he's got backup.
I mean, this is wild if they go. They don't have Exorcism. This feels a little bit crazy to me, but if they want to make the move and head up here and take this top tower, why not? A-Team has left with everybody else. Old Yoda going to TP out of there, and so it's going to be another tier 1 tower taken by Black and Yellow, who are looking really good in these first 10 minutes.
Yeah, now this top jungle is going to become property of the Radiant team. It's going to really limit where PA can play and farm, as well as the Tide. Tide's probably going to be playing around the mid lane, and then they're going to have to share this dire triangle between the cores.
Right. Well, Rises does come back down here bottom with 4 heroes collapsing on the location. Yamsun realizing that there could be something coming his way is backing out. I think that everything from Black and Yellow just feels like they're reading the game really well.
Yeah, they needed to make this move on Jug maybe faster. It's very hard to make because they've got to get the Hex before he spins, otherwise he just spins TPs out, so you've kind of got to get him at nighttime from fog. But Yamsen just very good map awareness, backs off at the right time. And they haven't lost a tower yet on the black and yellow side, and it feels like a lot of moves are being made by A-Team, but they're just not connecting on them.
Dude, Flea is like insane right now. He stacked up all those camps. Enigma goes and clears them out, and he's like really close to catching up to the Monkey King. This is getting out of hand for A-Team.
Flea's level 8+. That's insane.
Well, they're getting set to try and defend this in the bottom lane.
They want to arrow the siege creep, I think. Or they don't even need to.
They can take the fight, maybe. I mean, the thing is that Tidehunter still has Ravage available, but they force out A-Team. They're able to get him away from this. There's just not really a move that they can take on A-Team that feels comfortable.
Yeah, they were lucky that TP came just before the arrow and the remnant pull. That could have gotten ugly quickly. But even so, they don't get the kill, they're going to get this tower. This is going to be a third tier 1 tower for black and yellow here. They're holding Exorcism for now. Ryoya with boots of travel, so they've just got such great global potential. It's a very greedy build, but when you're ahead like this, he's going to easily get away with this, and this just allows them to farm more lanes and just get even further ahead.
Right. Yeah, and can show up at a moment's notice. I mean, if Zero wanted to here, he could even possibly black hole Prince in mid, and then they TP in, try and finish the job, but not going to go for it. Instead, he heads up top, puts the pressure back onto Rises, where he was blurred and trying to head out and get farm on.
Yeah, probably fortunate that he was blurred. That TP almost came right on top of him. He was just out of range, or a Death Problem with Exorcism could have gone aggressive. Perhaps Ryoya could be in some trouble here. These two heroes, not sure they've got the damage to kill him. Otherwise, this would be a great kill to find for A-Team.
This would be really nice, but I don't feel like they can do it. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough.
The smoke plays mid. They've got Finger of Death now, so they've got a lot of damage. I think Zabo maybe should have TP'd top to that outpost to try to make a play. Instead, it's Topper in.
Now, trying to finish him off. Oh, the silence, though, from Ryoya moving in. Finds one. Bloody Sky getting jumped on by everybody. They don't want to pop Ravage yet, it looks like, as Zabo is going to get chased. Zabo likely to fall there. A double kill for Ryoya. Was having a hell of a game.
Flea looks like he wants to chase.
Yeah.
If he hits his arrow, I think he gets the
Oh
kill.
my god, no, it's not the mark. That would have been sick.
Really close. He is so freaking farmed on this Mirana. Level 9 now. And this game just continues to get better and better. They're going to have a Necro 3 soon on Enigma. And with the Necro books, Enigma's got the damage to clear out this Ancient stack. It's just a double stack, but a lot of gold and XP going the way of Black and Yellow. We have a 6k gold lead, and we're just 12 minutes in.
He's going to try and stack it again. The unfortunate part, obviously, is that you can't get the Midnight Pulse onto the Ancients, but didn't quite work out there with the stacking. Doesn't matter, though. As you said, with the Necro book, he's happy to do it. And Mirana, more gold going to him because he stacked it.
Death Prophet's back top. Exorcism up soon. Yamsen, you know, he's like got this farming build with the Maelstrom, but happy to fight as well. Like a level 9, almost 10 Jug. Omni Slash is something that, you know, Tide just can't run in expecting a Ravage off. He has to be worried about Jug getting a spin or an Omni Slash off.
Right. Well, and the thing that I think is so nice about that build is partially also the build that the PA's going. Has to go for this Battle Fury, right? So it's going to be a while before A-Team can really bring PA to these fights and feel like she has presence in it, but they catch it. Prince in trouble. The mid player getting ran down again. Ravage comes out. That is going to do enough to kill off Flea. That's a big one. But I think Monkey King is bigger. Jubei moves in. Tries to chase down Bloody Sky. Knows there's no Ravage. Oh, no Finger either. That was used in the blow up on the Mirana.
Wanted to die for some more there, but unfortunately, diving tier 3s this early on, not the best of ideas. Getting this tier 2 tower would be nice, but they lost some creeps. They've got another wave coming. And a tier 2 tower before 20 minutes, well before 20 minutes, they can now control this enemy outpost as well.
That is going to further increase that lead and cause more problems, most likely, as the areas where this PA can farm to try and catch up will be shut down that much further. And we're, what, 15 minutes coming up pretty soon here?
Yep.
Still hasn't gotten that Battle Fury done. It's tough.
It has been. The lane did not go well for Rises. Just having the first blood on the Mirana, getting that extra gold. And we'll see if they can make some moves to turn this game around. But so far, the rotations just haven't worked for A-Team, and they shoot through a lot of their smokes.
Right. Bounty runes picked up by Flea down here. So only one bounty rune going the way of A-Team. As everything just feels a little bit discombobulated for them.
Even there, you can see A-Team, well, Black and Yellow thought about getting aggressive on that enemy bounty room, but then as soon as they kind of get the idea that A-Team has, 3-4 heroes there, they're like, okay, let's just back it off. We know we're ahead. We'll just take the safer one in the river and give them one bounty.
Flea goes for that arrow, spots that Zabo's down here as well, and that is going to be the signal maybe we shouldn't go down here any further.
A-Team gonna initiate in. Doesn't look like it. No Finger of Death for another 45 seconds. It feels like that's a much needed bit of damage to get any pickoffs.
Right. Jubei forced out back mid again. He's fine. EA continues to farm on the other side of the map. Does look like the Battle Fury is coming out right now, and then immediately queuing up that BKB afterwards.
And Tide's going to have a Blink Dagger and 100 gold. We saw how game deciding this could be in the EG series that opened today. So give them that big team fight, that instant initiation that could allow them to start taking some fights, especially if Black and Yellow try and risk Roshan here, but A-Team may just not be aware of this, so I'm not even sure if they're going to get there in time.
And we'll see. They're kind of eyeing up Flea down bottom, where they have found him with the Hex. Afterwards, the big jump in coming from Prince, trying to control, but the leap away. And he gets out. Flea gets away with it. And the pings come for Roche. It feels like they might know that something's going on, but they can't get there in time.
Yeah, they're completely on the other side of the map. Flea just getting out of there. 1,400 health with this Spirit Vessel. He is just damn tanky as well. It was an Arcane Rune Exorcism, so that's going to be back up in 60 seconds here. And even without the Exorcism, it feels like Black and Yellow can take some fights here. But I think if you're A-Team, you're like, we've got to do something. They may have an Aegis, but Blink Ravage, let's try and make something work.
And this was not revealed on the creep waves. They don't know what's coming, as Necrobook moving over to the side.
Scouting.
Don't have vision yet. Don't see the bloody sky. Maybe looking for a jump. The taunt, able to catch this. Looks okay, maybe. Oh, but the silence! Oh my God, Ryoya! You absolute G! They blow up the Monkey King. What a silence!
Nothing going right for A-Team. They're, they understand the position they're in. They know they have to make some kind of an aggressive, hard to execute play, and every single time Black and Yellow is just ready for it, outplaying them. Individual play there from Ryoya was just sick.
They pop the Ravage down bottom now and trying to get a rundown. If they don't get this kill, this feels really bad. They try and turn now onto Jubei, jumps away, Resonant Pulse to help stay alive. Ryoya now popping in here with the BKB of his own. Not really that afraid of Old Yoda, apparently, as Yamsun moves in afterwards. They pop Ravage and lose their two supports. Devastating. As A-Team will drop Old Yoda yet again as they just give him the rundown here. My God.
It almost felt like a Tilt Ravage where the last couple fights where they tried to defend their towers, they wanted to fight while Exorcism was down, they just couldn't get a good initiation. It just felt like Tide was like, screw it, I've got two heroes, I've got backup, may as well go for this, but it was not a true team fight. They didn't really have the follow-up they needed for it, and definitely A-Team showing signs of frustration here with how much they're being outplayed.
Tough stuff indeed. Black and Yellow looking good on all fronts. And now again, you look at this Marana, and Flea is almost caught up to the freaking PA. Like, it is a scary time right now to be playing. Oh my goodness, Prince is wild. Prince is out of his mind. Prince is getting, well, torn apart a little bit here.
Okay. He's got sleep charges. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Ryoya moving in, that was more than enough. And now they also got eyes on Rises. Bloody Sky's dying on the opposite side of the map as Rises tries to blink away. Ryoya will let him go, but the Aegis being reclaimed here.
That was a Finger of Death, though. That's a almost 3-minute cooldown to take out the Aegis. Jug used Omnislash to kill off the Tide, but now without Finger, they lack damage on the A-Team side.
Silence, chase down, looking for the final kill here if they can make it happen. Doesn't look like it, but they're just gonna sit comfy with that Exorcism moving. Creep wave moving in afterwards, and Black and Yellow, they did not want to play around this time, taking A-Team very seriously and going up to take this high ground. So solid. Really good performance from Black and Yellow.
This is the kind of lead they had last time, but I just don't see that comeback potential with A-Team's draft. They don't have that crazy high ground defense. They don't have that amazing team fight potential. Like, yeah, there's a Ravage, but the itemization with BKBs on the Radiant team, Enigma rushing one after the Necro 3, Death Prophet already having one. It's just going to be way too tricky. Not to mention, you're basically up against 4 cores with how farmed this Mirana is at this point.
Yeah, well, realistically, it did look like this, and the big difference is the Earthshaker versus the Lion. Like, that's what Zabo was playing. He was on a hero that could do that with that Aghanim Shard and make those moves. And granted, Lion can be a pretty good team fighter, but it's going to be a problem. It's going to be really tough for them to make this work.
That was so good from Jubei. He just scouted out a, 5-man smoke move? And then Jug, it looks like Jug kind of almost gets caught there, but Jug knew exactly where they were because of Jubei, who popped the smoke, jumps out with the Dissimulate, and then Jug's like, okay, I'll just farm this last wave with spin and then TP out.
Really, really clean performance from Black and Yellow here. 17,000 gold lead, and as the Aegis was reclaimed, they're gonna have to wait a while before they go for the next one. And again, this was the sort of same situation that they were in that other series against A-Team, and they decided to push for high ground at that point. They decided to try and not wait for that next Aegis. This time you can see they're playing a lot more patient.
They're gonna wait for Enigma's BKB. They can wait for BKB Blink. You mentioned next Roshan. Exactly. They're in no rush. Their lineup is scaling better. A-Team is not farming the map. A-Team is just desperate to find kills. Everything they're doing right now is trying to find pickoffs because they know they're being out-farmed. They have to get these kills, and for the most part, it is not working at all.
True enough. And PA still staying up there in terms of farm. She's, about 2,000 gold behind the Jug after finishing the Battle Fury, and actually we decided to go straight up for the Deso, which I kind of like. It's that, constant decision. Like, you just go for BKB and lose fights, or give yourself a chance.
Yeah, I think it's fine. You're, potentially going to get BKB Black Hold anyway, so we'll see Zero get Blink Gush, but there's no follow-up for this. If anything, the follow-up's from Yamsun, who has an Omni Mid Malefice.
Oh my goodness. Ray almost, he didn't have a Yules anyways. He's got BKB with Kaya. Jubei?
I mean, I think this is kind of the idea behind this 5-position Void Spirit, similar to like the Enchantresses and the Abaddons, where you can just run into 5 heroes and not die, scout out the smoke ganks, be incredibly annoying. That's what Jubei's doing on Void Spirit. He's constantly out, quote-unquote, out of position, knowing that he is so difficult to kill. And if he dies because, he gets caught by a Chain Disable, a Lion Hex, a Finger, it doesn't really matter because he's a 5-position.
Yeah. That hero is so much fun. It's just like, you can do whatever you want. You always feel so free. Just make moves. And, hey, he's got even the Falcon Blade there. Nice, nice, nice. Seen that one before in a little while.
Yeah, it's such a good start. Like, the Void Spirit has 5.6k net worth. Like, that's pretty insane for 23 minutes in the game.
Yeah. If he wants to, he could have a Solar Crest pretty soon here. But you can see A-Team, they're wrapping. Oh, no. If they go on Yamsun right now, Zero and Ray are right behind him.
Yeah, they need to blow someone up. But Lion doesn't have a blink, so it's so hard to get a good jump. Oh, now the Moonlight Shadow initiation.
Scan hits. They know. They're moving in. They're looking for a Bloody Sky. Blink Ravage available, but there is no opening. With the double BKBs, they just don't have an answer. Jump forward. Omni Slash. Gonna take down Rises. One by one, they fall. A triple kill for Yamsun. Pretty as can be.
Just easy peasy. And tier 2 tower going to be claimed. Not sure there's enough exorcism. Okay, they've still got a bit left. They can at least do damage to the high ground, much like mid lane. They may just go for the tower here. The double damage Jug, yeah, they're going to push pretty damn fast here. And mid lane, Bloody Sky, I think expecting a push is suddenly finding himself like, oh, why are they coming back to kill me? I thought they were pushing bottom.
Yeah, this one really hurts. Losing him on the other side of the map while you're also taking that tower. Ooh, blink away. And the invis run. All right, all right. And inside range, they pull him back. Arrow gonna connect. Oh my god, they found him. Another sentry drop down. They kill the Tide. He does have buyback. Maybe a chance here if they dive too deep. Buyback comes. Okay. Tide ready to go with the Ravage. Pop down that ultimate. Black hole afterwards though. He's gonna TP into it. Oh no, stunned, in trouble. Silenced afterwards. What more can they find on Black and Yellow? Ravage comes out, still has that healing ward off to the side, keeping him alive, but the big stun comes from Prince. And now maybe they've finally gone a bit too far as A-Team able to punish a couple of them.
Yep. Jubei doesn't have a TP, so it might be one more. Jubei hiding in the trees. If that had worked, that would have been something. He may still get out of here. He's being blinked after, so surely not.
Yeah, they got him. As the chase down comes, will be his second death. But again, I mean, Pyrrhic victory, it's a rough one. They already lost the rain or the melee racks.
Yeah, they lost the racks. They had to commit 2 buybacks, I think. Yeah, 2 buybacks and 4 bounty runes can be picked up for black and yellow. So, you know, they get kills, and I think the experience is really nice. The XP you get for killing that Jug and Enigma is going to go a long way, but they're still deep in this hole that they've got a lot of clawing out to do. And Fleet, not messing around, gets an arrow leap, going for solo kills. Not going to find this one, but he is just getting out of control in this Mirana. Full Greaves.
Yeah, that's insane. He's just a force to be reckoned with. And like, it's so hard to blow up this hero when it's, you know, constantly has 3 leap charges. Then on top of that, you've got like wand, raindrops, like all these survivability items. He's just such a pain. So hard to deal with. Even under this ward, they don't feel comfortable going on him. It's up top instead, where they found Prince, broke his tree. He's gonna pop BKB and run out of there. Does not feel good.
No, it doesn't. And, you know, after that, black and yellow probably saying, you know, that was a good fight. We got a Rax. Yeah, we lost our Jug, but we've got Roshan back up. It was a good way to use the downtime before this next Roshan, so they'll get themselves an Aegis and Cheese. It's going to be an Arcane Rune Exorcism as well, so Ryoya can just pop it to kill Rosh if they want.
Ooh, I like that idea. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, same thing as last time, where this is such a nice rune to have for Roshan. Often opponents will think, okay, let's fight into Aegis because they don't have Exorcism, but the Arcane Rune just reduces that cooldown so significantly.
Right. And they can move on in. I mean, for a team, like, even if they know that this is going on, like, trying to go into this is just deadly.
And it's like Flea's always pushing out this bottom lane, pushing solo, nothing really preventing this, because if Lion had a blink, I think Flea would have been punished a lot more, but they just haven't been able to give Zabo the farm he needs on the 4th position because of how badly the game started.
Yeah, and he's going to get it now. But as you said, a little bit too little, a little bit too late. And Aegis, as well as Cheese there, Yamsum just finished off his Aghanim Scepter as well. So we've got a scary little group of people coming up here on towards high ground.
Yep. We'll see if they wait for that Exorcism. I'm not even sure if they have to. They can just plop Jug up there with his Aegis if they want. For now, it looks like they're trying to get that full map control. Necro 3, one of the, you know, very commonly bought items, partly because you just spam it and de-ward the entire map.
Right.
And right now, only 1 ward on the map for A team.
Yeah, and it's not where black and yellow are really going to be playing most likely. Does have that Aghanim Shard as well on. Ooh, a little Hex there. Control, but Yamsun moves in with that Ag Shard, tears apart. Oh, the Yoda, and now ready to go, hitting this melee Rax. Even going to keep that healing ward alive, but there's just so little that they can try and do against this Jug.
Buyback, they want to defend this. Potential Blink Ravage, but black and yellow's playing so far back.
Jump in, taunt, Jubei not going to get hit by that Boundless Strike. Backs away again. Coconut will bounce, but there is no follow-up. Zabel again has that Blink Finger, but it's into the Aegis. Spin comes out, the silence is there. Managed to deny the Rax, but, I mean, again, it's just rinse and repeat right now. Black and yellow is too difficult to come up and battle against right now.
Jubei's just doing the same thing he's been doing all game, just standing up in the front lines, making sure there's no smokes, making sure he protects his back line. The Enigma, the Mirana, you've got to make... I think the one way A team can win a fight is if they get a Blink Ravage jump on the Enigma before BKB is used, and then they have to blow up Zero. But Zero's positioning really well, and now that he's got the Blink Dagger, he can stay incredibly far back.
Absolutely. Flea getting ready to throw an arrow possibly. Blaze Sky blinks in. Gonna get hit by that silence there. Again, the Mind Breaker so frustrating to play against, and for the jump, thinking about going, Flea's inside, Jubei as well, ready with that black hole in the background. The Ravage comes out, but they gotta be careful on A-Team if they chase too far. Although, with Jubei dead, it looks like they're comfortable, at least for the moment. Exorcism has been popped.
I think black and yellow still win a team fight if they get a black hole off, though.
It's true. Now, can they find that Enigma in the back lines? Do they decide to go for it? Meanwhile, Swift Slash, and there's the black hole. Down onto both of them with the BKB. PA is no more. No buybacks on any of these heroes. Black and yellow might just have done it as they find themselves yet another kill. A-Team, they can't believe it. GG is going to be called. And black and yellow win the first series out of this best-of-3 tiebreaker. Well, not best-of-3, but you know, 3-team tiebreaker.
Very
Good stuff.
convincing too. Yeah, I think black and yellow, you know, I think we're a little disappointed in them at the start of the DPC season, but this has been a great last couple of weeks for them, winning series convincingly, taking a game off Quincy Crew, and showing that, you know, A-team beating them in that last best of 3. This is them saying, you know, maybe that was a fluke because we're just a better team. They looked like it in every single lane they dominated. The way they played was just absolutely perfect here.
Well, and I think that more so, to me, what it really felt like was Black and Yellow learned a lot from that series that they played against A-Team. They didn't give them those big comeback potentials either in the heroes or in the plays throughout the game, right? Like not pushing high ground, not being too like. It felt like they respected them more and their potential to make a comeback happen, and they just completely took them out of the game with that.
Yeah, they didn't rush things. Even from minute 0, we saw what you're talking about, where they were camping that high ground, ready for that 5-man A-team smoke move. You know, A-team going to have to go back to the drawing board a bit. They're going to have a tough match later on against Sad Boys, but black and yellow looking like they are the team favored to just come out with, you know, potentially back-to-back wins here if they keep playing like that.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going to a quick break. When we come back, the panel is going to break down all the actions. We get ready for the next best of 1 in this 3-team tiebreaker situation. See y'all then.